Well, good morning, folks, and welcome back to 30 Days Creative, day 17, Wednesday the 17th of November. Now, I was writing a little draft of my monthly newsletter, subscribe below, the third part of my Life Creative. I spoke about this yesterday as well. And one of the things that I was talking about in it, in regards to how I sort of fill up my creativity well, is by just getting out with a camera with no real plan. I think as photographers we can over-plan and research things to within an inch of their life. And it almost feels like we visit a location for the first time, but we've already been there. And of course, quite often, that can leave us disappointed because the conditions don't live up to the expectations. So actually just getting out with a camera and just going for a dander, which, let's face it, quite often what I do anyway. So the plan today is to just do exactly that. Now, I am at the same place as we shot yesterday. Stayed here again last night. Although last night we did get a little sliver of lovely light come through, allowing me to grab a couple of images, which was nice. But as you can probably tell, the light this morning is pretty darn dank, and I don't think it's going to improve much of today. I have been known to be wrong before, mind you. And so what I'm really going to do today is go for a dander. So yesterday we were shooting down on this beach to my left, your right. But today we're just going to walk along the peninsula and see if we can see anything. Now, I get the feeling it's probably going to be a bit of an iPhone-y morning. Is it worthwhile getting the main camera out? Who knows? And then we'll head back to the van and we'll drive on down the coast a little bit. And just really take the camera out for a dander, no expectations, and seize what we can seize. So let's do that dandering thing. This beach is beautiful. It's a sand pattern lover's delight. Absolutely gorgeous. And one of the fantastic things, as you know, I'm sure, with the beach patterns is this will all be wiped clean in several hours and starting afresh tomorrow with completely new beach patterns. Kind of wish we had beaches like this close to where we get the odd beach pattern, but not a huge amount. But I find along this stretch of Donegal just very rocky, very bouldery, and that's of course what gives us the patterns. Anyway, so the Dilly Dander. So I've been to this location quite a few times, but I always stop short. It's a big sort of cove. Always stop short walking up this beach, kind of stay. I think the furthest I've gone is just up to the right hand side here. There's a couple of old shipwrecks, boat wrecks. I'll link to that vlog, I guess, or at least to some of the images. But I've never walked all the way along the beach. I thought, you know what, Nigel? You've no idea. I haven't even looked at a map. Could be anything around this corner. But I just thought I would walk along the beach and get to the end, following one's nose, following one's curiosity. And I think that, for me anyway, is a very important part of photography. Obviously keeping an eye out for developing light or developing opportunities, but mostly just about getting to the end of this bit of beach. Although beaches quite often have the habit of hiding how long they really are, and I feel like I've been walking now for a good 20-25 minutes and not getting much closer to the end of it, so I probably should have brought cake. Maybe there's a cake shop at the end of this. Oh, then again, I should have really brought money. Maybe there's a cake shop that accepts dishwashing as... I'm rambling. Come on, Nigel. Get dandering. Stop rambling. Well, Nigel, perhaps another reason why it takes so long for you to get to a location is because you keep stopping and making images. So it's another one of those, looks painful, it looks more painful than it is. Legs splayed wide, and I'm being very cautious not to walk into the scene. So as I sort of finished off that last little piece of camera, I noticed that the sand had got a lot of sort of the black sediment mixed with it, and I think that creates a lovely sort of contrast with the sort of golden sands. And so I started looking more intently for beach patterns. And I don't know about you, but certainly when I'm looking at beach patterns, trees, kind of shapes in rocks and things, and patterns in rocks, I can kind of almost give it a bit of a, I can't pronounce this, I can't even remember what the word was, anamorphanic. I'm not even going to try. You know what I mean, though. A human element to them. I should have said that. And so just down below here, I kind of have that there, and I almost see this as a mother, almost, and maybe a small child. I don't know. There's just something very sort of human about the shape. I think there's a very graceful, almost feel to the shape, very sort of elegant. But yeah, this is why I take so long to get anywhere, because a beach like this can be my treasure trove for hours on end. Now, the conditions actually overhead aren't too bad. We've got some lovely big old textured clouds and everything, but I'm looking at my feet as per usual. So, right. Well, I'm also very aware that I don't want this vlog to be huge in length. So what I may do is I might not record so much of the video footage, maybe just put up a little bit of B-roll and interject a couple of more images from my dander up the beach. But finding little bits like this here really do kind of make me happy. And from a technical point of view, F something or other, as always. I'm not having to focus stack. I kind of twix in between that there, but I think I've got a pretty level sort of focus plane out at 18 mils, so hopefully the focus will be fine. I've checked it through and it looks okay. But now that I've started saying that, I might just take a focus stack just to be on the safe side. Right, I'll throw this image up, a little bit of B-roll, maybe some other images from the dander up the beach, and we'll catch up hopefully up at the end where there might be a coffee shop. Spoiler, there's no coffee shop. Approaching the turn in the beach, and the beach itself has got a little less interesting from a photographic point of view, but no less impressive from just a crazy wide expanse point of view. I mean, very impressive indeed. And I afforded myself a little dookie at the Google Maps, and this actually just curls all the way around, and it looks like it stays this huge big wide expanse for pretty much all the way around the peninsula. Now, I'm not going to walk that far. What I'll probably do now is start to make my way, might make an image here just looking out to sea because there's some nice clouds, but probably going to start making my way back again at some point. The other day I also talked about this island out here and said it was Tory Island. That of course was incorrect. I'm at the Tory Island ferry port, but that's well, there's a trio of islands here: Inishbofin, Inishdunan and Inishbeg, I believe, and this is Inishbofin, which looks like you could almost walk out there at low tide, but I'm assuming that's not the case. Wow, This place is incredible. It's just a huge big wide open expanse of beach. Absolutely beautiful. Well, this has been all kinds of fun getting out to this little spit. It's full of little channels and little kind of inlets and stuff that's obviously creating some lovely patterns, and we even had a little touch of light, kind of moved a little bit now over to the sort of west a bit more. But yeah, this has been really nice. Now, incredibly, this whole bay completely, the tide comes right the way in, another probably 200-300 meters, and that's due in about another 4 or 5 hours, so I guess this rushes in pretty quickly, this little channel. So I've just been playing about a little bit with actually a long exposure. Don't do a huge amount of long exposures these days. I've thrown on the old 10 stop. Now it's very windy, as you can probably make out, so whether or not there's going to be any camera shake in there, I've zoomed in. It doesn't look like there is. I would love to get the drone up with these inlets, but it would probably blow away off to Scotland. So, but yeah, really beautiful. Now the other thing I've done is I've played about a little bit with the color temperature on the back of the camera. Obviously I'm shooting raw, so I'll be able to adjust that as and when. But again, there's just a very sort of cool feel to the place. And so I'm trying to sort of remind myself of that when I get back into the digital darkroom for post-processing. I just like to kind of cool it down on the camera. But yeah, now the light that we did have really is, you can probably, well, you might be able to make out behind here. There's a that could be a bit of weather moving in actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pack up here. It's probably going to take me a good 45 minutes to an hour to walk back to the van. I'm glad I came out this far, and again, proof again that just following your nose. I had no idea of this spit here. Of course, now that I've been here, I kind of want to explore more, and certainly somewhere that I'll come back to. But yeah, follow your nose. You never know. You might find little wiggly lines in the sand. Right, throw this image up, or a couple of images maybe from this little sort of foray, and I guess we'll catch up back at the van. See you in a bit. Well, this walk back to the van has taken me longer than I thought. Firstly, came across a lovely bit of kelp that had actually been, there was a bit of a crosswind blowing across, and there was a lot of dry sand, and it was just sort of flowing across the beach, and it had partly covered the kelp. So I spent a good half an hour indulging myself with, no vlogging for that, just indulging myself with a little bit of pixel fun with a semi-submerged bit of kelp. And then I just got attacked by a monstrous puppy, little snowy, about this size. And once he got the bravery socks on, pants on, he went mental and was all over me. I was lucky to get away with all my limbs intact. That's my daily dog therapy done. If you don't own a dog, I would say that daily dog therapy is a good thing to do. So find yourself a dog. I guess you should ask the owner's permission. I sometimes don't. No, you should. Give it a good ruffle. Right, where was I? Oh yes, heading back to the van. Still a while to go. Again, guys, a good couple of hours have passed since we came dandering back down the beach. Hope you enjoyed those few images from a little dander out. Now, I have brought myself to a new location, but I've spent the last 2 hours or so in the van editing the vlog, and the light outside has been stunning. And I guess this is one of the challenges that I'm seeing with daily vlogging or daily creative challenges, is that you've obviously got to spend time actually working on the vlog themselves. Hats off to the folks who do daily vlogging, that's for sure. Anyway, so I'm going to grab something to eat here, and then I'm going to head out with a camera. Probably not going to vlog any of it, because I've noticed that this vlog is already pretty long and we don't want to keep it any longer. So yeah, if I get any more images from this area, I'll put those up at the end. Otherwise, I guess we will catch up again tomorrow. I'm hungry. Time to eat something. See you tomorrow, guys. Bye-bye.